Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Life with Mama B. So glad that you're here. So glad that you clicked on this video because I promise you, you are going to be encouraged. You're going to be enlightened and you are going to be uplifted from this word today. But if you have not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that now. Also, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video that I put out. Now, today, this word of the day is such a blessing. And one thing that I know about this word for today is we get it halfway right. And so I am coming today just to shed some light, just to give you a little bit of information. I pray that I encourage you to, dive in, look more into it, study this word, pay attention to your actions, pay attention to your words, how you treat people, because sometimes we just don't realize how blessed we are. So let's get into it. So the word for today is grace. See, I'm so glad you stopped by today because we all need this word. And even if you feel like, oh, I know this, I already know about grace, I know what grace is, listen anyway, because maybe you need a refresher. Sometimes we all do. So let's get into this word. I'm going to go ahead and define grace. Grace is courteous goodwill, unmerited favor of God. That's good news. Grace is generous, free, and totally unexpected and undeserved. That is what grace is. Now, what I have experienced with people is we get the part where God grants us grace. We get that. We got that part down pat. But I believe we need to work on the part where we also extend grace to others. It says God always shows grace toward us. We know that to be true on a personal level, on a universal level. We know that God always shows grace. So how do we know that? Everybody know themselves. And we know that everything that we do is not right. But yet God continues to bless us. He doesn't hold that against us. So we know for a fact that we have grace abundantly. Unmeasured grace, unlimited grace. God grants us grace. But this is the good news. We have to extend that grace to other people. It doesn't matter what they've done. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what we think about them. We are required to extend grace to others. Showing grace to others is about showing kindness, even if they don't deserve it. And really, we really cannot determine whether somebody else deserves grace because we don't deserve grace. And so since we are not the author of grace or the grace giver, the ultimate grace giver, we really can't determine who deserves grace. Many times we're in our feelings and our emotions when we try to say what people deserve and what they don't deserve. But if you just sit down just a moment and think, just think about it. Did I really deserve grace even on today? But God extended his grace toward us anyway. See, I told you this is a good word. You're going to be encouraged today. You're going to be enlightened. You're going to be uplifted because we all need grace. And so if God extends grace to us, he doesn't just extend it to us so that we can be all right, but so that we can have compassion, sympathy, empathy toward others and extend grace. It doesn't matter whether they deserve it because we didn't deserve it, but we should extend grace towards them. Now, grace looks like forgiveness. Grace looks like repentance. Grace looks like love. Grace looks like help. That's what grace looks like. So if you encounter someone and they need your help and you have the ability to help them, you should do that. That's grace. Not determining how they look, how they smell, what you think about their life that you probably don't know. But if you have it within your person to extend that grace to someone else, then you should do it. Because, we're real good about, sizing people up and determining whether, their situation is their situation, what we think they should or should not do or should not know, or they should know better. But let me tell you something about that statement, because we use that statement a lot. We'll say, oh, they grown, they should know better. But if you were never taught as a child, and then you were never taught as a teen, and then you were never taught as a young adult, then when you get good and grown, you still don't know. So why do we do that? We should not do that. It's a lot of things that we do know better, but we do them. And God yet extends his grace, his love, and his mercy towards us. And so we should do the same for others. So I'm going to look at some ways that we can extend grace toward others. We can extend grace toward others via words. Be kind and gentle in what we say and how we say it. Sometimes we say things and it's the right thing to say, but the way that we say it is just not good. So we have to be careful of our delivery of our words. So words is one. Another way to show grace is look for needs and opportunities. Every day showing kindness. If you see a need and you can supply that need, supply that need. Don't try to, dissect the situation. Just try the need. And one thing about, dissecting people's situation, we have to stop doing that anyway. That is not of God. That is not showing the love of God. And we don't even realize or know who we are encountering. So, those words that we use, like drunk, alcoholic, crackhead, pothead, dirty, stinky, nasty. We don't know that. Those are not words of affirmation. Those are not words of love. And I'm so sure we have never heard God call us any of those things, because really, in reality, such were some of you. That includes all of us. All of us. We might have been that in a different place, but it's the same thing. So we have to be careful. We have to know and realize that the grace of God is extended to everybody. And when God extends grace to us, he expects for us to extend grace to others. And so we have to help one another. When there is an opportunity for you to help, extend your hand and help. Lend your ear to just hear. Be careful what you say. Be careful what comes out of your mouth. Be careful the way that you say it. Because one thing we don't want to do, we don't want to hurt people. We don't want to turn people away, because that's not grace. That's not what God does to us, and that's not what he does for us. He continues to provide for us every day, and we don't deserve it. We really don't deserve it. But he does it anyway. And God knows us from the inside out. So he even knows our intentions, but yet he still blesses us. He know you intended, to do that. And then you intend to do it tomorrow because you got a plan to do it. But yet God still blesses us. So we have no reason to not extend grace. So after you listen to this video, I want you to go and just have a different perspective on God's people, on the way that we encounter people and how we show grace, how we extend grace to others. Another way to extend grace, it says to let it go. Woo! That's a good one. Let it go. Respond to others with grace. Sometimes people are going to be rude. We already know that. Instead of responding harshly, keep a calm spirit. We don't have to be rude because they be rude. Because really, people do what they know. But that should have no bearing on us because we are under this great mantle of grace, and God has extended his love and his grace to us so much unconditionally. So we should do the same to others. So if people respond to you, or talk to you harshly or rude, respond with love and respond with grace. Another way to show grace is to be there. Sometimes your presence is all that's needed to show someone that they're loved. Sometimes all they need is a listening ear. They may just need you to just come and sit with them. Maybe they don't want to talk. They just need to feel your presence. That's such a blessing because that says a lot about who you are. When you are loved and love enters the room and it makes someone else feel comfortable, come on. That's a blessing. So sometimes just being there. And then when you show up physically, show up mentally. So that people can feel and experience the love of God and the grace of God. The next one that I have here, this is a big one. Forgive. 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 Pardon. Forgive. Let it go. Forgive. That's so big for us. When someone asks you to forgive, do so graciously and without correction. That make me want to get up out this chair and run. Without correction. Just forgive. You don't have to forgive people and then try to correct them at the same time. You messing up the mood. Don't do that. Just forgive. If it's meant for anything else to be addressed, God will give you a chance to do that at the right time in the right place. But when it's time to show grace, that's not the time or the place for you to lash out. Oh, I forgive you. And listen, don't say, oh, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget. You're really not forgiving. Or you'll say, I forgive you, but, I don't have to deal with you. I love you, but I don't have to like you. Stop it. Listen, I'm here to tell you that is not right. That's not right. It's not the love of God. It's not showing grace. You have to see, grace comes from God. You should show the same thing that God gives you. That's what you should give to other people. And it's not that, I deal with you with a long handle spoon. It's not that. That's not love. We have to stop that because that's not correct. That's not correct. That's not grace. That's not the love of God. We have to do better. We have to stop that. We have to really have the genuine love of God on the inside of us. And nobody needs to teach us that. We know what God does for us every day. Let's just go there. You done flipped out on somebody today. You done flipped out on them. You were mad about it all the way up until you laid down and went to bed. You laid down and went to sleep, and grace allowed you to wake up this morning. God didn't hold that against you. But we try in every way. It just seemed like we try not to love people. We try not to. We've got to do better. Yeah, we've got to do better because now we're mindful of it. So let's pay attention to our actions. Let's forgive. Let's forget. Let's move on. Let's be a love expression in the world. When people see us, they should see love. When they see us, when we come into their presence, love, they should be reminded of love. Not judgment, not conviction, no, love. And we need to show the same love that God shows us every day, every night, all throughout the day. God's mercy and his grace is upon us. How do you know? You're still here. You're still here. And that's a blessing. I have a few more. Oh, this is another good one. Learn to ask for forgiveness. If you know you offended somebody, yeah, you need to ask for forgiveness. Let's stop that. I offend you, I'm gonna wait 3 days and then I'm just gonna come back and be like, hey, you want to go to the store? That's not right. You know that you have offended someone. Ask for forgiveness. All of this is wrapped in grace. I know we've been separating everything out. All of this is wrapped in grace. All of this is wrapped in love. It's all in the same bundle. And we have got to get it right. So our days are going to be better. After this video, your day is going to be brighter. And you're going to do better because you're going to be mindful of it. And listen, as I always say in my videos, I am not talking at you. I'm in this conversation with you. And as I learn and as I grow, I want to share it with you because we have got to get this right. Some of us, our families are so torn. They're so torn apart. It's really a shame. And then you have people that are going through things and we're standing as a representative of Christ, but people don't feel like that they can come to us. And so we have to do better. We have to do better at grace. Okay, let's get these last two out of the way because this is really good to me. The next one is gratitude. Say thank you often and let people know how much you appreciate them. Why not? Why not let people know how much you appreciate them? How come we don't do that? I'm not sure, but we need to deal with that place where we feel like we can't do that. But we should always let people know how much we appreciate them. Now, I do that. I do that well. I'm always either texting or calling, some of my sisters just to let them know how much I appreciate them. And many times it's nothing physical that they have done, just to be a listening ear, just because I feel their prayers and their thoughts toward me. I appreciate it. I understand that people do not have to do anything for you. They probably have better things that they would like to be doing. But when they take time and they think toward you, they're praying for you and providing for you, just checking on you. Listen, appreciate people. Because you want to be appreciated. So appreciate people. Come on. We have to be the love expression that God has placed in this earth. And we do that by showing grace to one another. The same grace that God shows us, we need to extend it to other people. Last one, take an interest in others. Learn about other people. Ask them questions. Listen and care. Yeah, be kind to one another. Build relationships. Build fellowships. Yeah, let's build that. Let's do better about that. I love, 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 love. I love love. So, you know, anytime that I have an opportunity to show love, to give, I love to give. I love to give. Anytime that I can do that. And I always start with my leaders, my parents. Listen, I love to give. I don't have any, bad motives or anything. If it comes to mind, I just want to give to them. Whether it's by Cash App, I love to give to my children. I love to give to my grandchildren because I love them babies. I just love to give to people. Give of your time. Give of your wisdom. Give your love. People can't pay for that. So, those are ways that we can show grace, that we can extend grace to others, because Christ does that and more towards us. I'm telling you, this grace thing is really good. You all, grace. Our word today is grace. So just as God gives us grace, we should also extend grace to others. Just remember, we don't deserve it, but yet grace is extended to us unmeasurable. I pray that this has uplifted you, caused you to have a different perspective, caused you to grow in yourself. Listen, we're all about self-growth. We have to grow. We have to extend ourselves further than we have ever before. And that's going to cause you to appreciate yourself, feel good about who you are, and then you will be able to cause other people to feel good about who they are. I'm so glad that you all listened to this video today. Thank you so much. Reached 100 subscribers. I am so happy, glad. I appreciate you guys so much. I am always praying and before the Lord for content for you, to keep you uplifted, to keep you encouraged, to keep you enlightened. Please continue to thumbs up this video, share it out, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video that Mama B put out. I thank you so much. I love you guys with the love of God and forever. Bye.